Welcome to the Friday Big Show. I hope you've had an incredible week and are poised for an amazing weekend to follow here. Today's show topic comes from one of you, actually. You asked, I now need to deliver on it. It's a topic that I have not spoken about here on the show, and you'll see why in just a moment. I did, of course, talk about it in the book, so if you have it in the book, you'll be able to do a little bit more reading, a little follow-up after the show today. Here's the situation. Your middle school age daughter, the one that you've seen grow up from a young toddler off to kindergarten, elementary school, who's now in 6th, 7th grade, comes home, all giggly and, all that. And she's excited because for the first time, she's noticed the boy who's in her second period math class. The one who's been there all year long, but now suddenly she has an attraction for. What are you going to do with that? If you're a dad, you're like outraged. How can this happen to my little girl? Who is this villain? If you're the mom, you're thinking, okay, we need to keep an eye on this, right? We need to be, but you're kind of thinking, I imagine sometime, maybe not middle school, but sometime it was going to happen. Now let's reverse the roles, right? Your son comes home, same idea, second period math class, there's a girl, all of a sudden he notices, now he's in love for the first time, right? As a father, you're thinking, all right, I knew it was going to happen, maybe a little bit soon, but hey, way to go. As a mom, you're thinking, oh, what happened? This is my little boy. So the roles are reversed. We've got some gender issues and the cross. That makes it difficult, right? So either situation, here's what I've got for you. Number one, maybe time to revisit the birds and the bees conversation, right? If this is the first time you've had that conversation, time to get into it right now, folks. Find a time where you can have the one-on-one. Driving down the freeway at 80 miles an hour is not the time to have the conversation. Because when your daughter asks you what oral sex is and you swerve off the road and cause an accident, that's a huge problem. Okay? And yes, you're going to get questions like that. If you get into it, which is my second point of encouragement to you. Don't beat around the bush with I've heard, and is there anything that you maybe want to ask? They know exactly what you're trying to ask. And it's as difficult for them to hear it from you as it is for you to hear it from them. So don't beat around the bush. Simply say, I know that kids your age are having sex. Is there anything that we need to talk about? Just get right to it. As difficult as that is to say, you get it out there, conversation happens. All right? Then you're into it. There's no build up. All right? So, as hard as that was to hear, yeah, middle school age kids are having sex, probably oral sex more often, like that's any consolation to you, going to make you feel any better. Right? That is happening, probably not with your child. Simply because of the fact that you're watching this show means that you're taking a vested interest in what's happening with your kids. It's the folks that maybe are not watching the show that you maybe need to call and say, hey, there's something of value here that you need to check out. Right? If you're having the conversations with your kids, and even if you're not, and they have a trusted team of adults, somebody that they feel comfortable with, coaches, teachers, mentors, that they can have that conversation with, okay? They're going to get the answers they need. And that's really what we're getting at. Okay? Ideally, you have the conversation with them, the one-on-one, get right to it, answer any questions, let them know that you're available. Right? I can't go into the whole morals and values and what's good for your family, what's not. You need to decide that for yourself. What I can share with you, though, is the importance of being able to have the conversation with your child. It's when kids don't get answers and then they turn to their friends for the answers, and where is that going? The blind leading the blind. The kids get into trouble at the middle school years. Okay? So just 2 quick points there for you as I launch you into your weekend. Going to leave you with that on a Friday. Hey, have an incredible weekend, and I will see you back next time. Take care.